Greetings and welcome to another edition of Sconville. Have you ever wondered which news media in Guyana is PPP or PNC and which are the ones that are neutral? Well, today is your lucky day because you're about to get some insight. Stay tuned.
Hey, something ever surprise you like when you see it you go what?
Before we get started, let me just say this. I don't beg y'all for no money. I just do these videos for free and get paid from YouTube. All I just ask y'all for is a little like, a little share, and a little fine comment 1 and 2 times. Some of you just left people videos in a car now and don't press like. Press like now, you skunt. And if you've never commented on any of my videos, just type WSH. The bright ones in the comments will translate. Anyways, we're here to find out about news bias in Guyana. If you're like me, this is a question you've probably wanted the answer to for a very long time. So, here's what we did. We've put out a survey asking random people what perception they have about 14 of the well-known news media outlets in Guyana. Some of these responses may surprise you, but I'm not shocked at some of the statistics. If you're wondering whether Guyanese Shitix was part of the survey, spoiler alert, yes he is. Make sure you watch the entire video. So, the survey was simple. We've asked the respondents to give their opinion and rate these news agencies based on their perception on whether they are biased towards PPP, biased towards APNU, neutral, credible, not credible, and if they think the news is outright fake news. Here are the results. We've had 116 responses within the initial 12 hours, and this is enough of a sample to get a reasonable idea of what the general consensus might be. After all, Steve Harvey has only asked 100 people for Family Feud, so we did slightly better. Anyways, first up we have Newsroom. Out of the 116 people who took the survey, 109 responded to Newsroom. And to no surprise by me, 59.6% of those respondents think Newsroom has a biased inclination towards PPP. 16.5 think that Newsroom is neutral, and 15.6 think they are credible. In other words, according to the results of the survey, Newsroom is somewhat credible, but they are definitely PPP. Next up we have News Source, aka Haibati Gordon Mosley. 109 people responded. 32.1% believe that News Source has a biased inclination towards APNU as opposed to the PPP, but they are seen as mostly credible or neutral by 56% of the respondents. This means News Source is doing a much better job than Newsroom at masking their bias. Moving on, Uncut News. Though we've listed Uncut News in this survey, we will not give too much weight to what the respondents said about us because, to be fair, the survey would have reached mostly our audience and naturally, they would have a slight bias towards us. One takeaway I do appreciate, however, is that people generally don't think we have a bias towards PPP nor APNU. Fuck the PPP and fuck APNU. Thank you very much. Next up we have Stabroek News. Most people believe Stabroek is credible or neutral, but leans more towards PPP than APNU. This sounds plausible in my opinion. Demerara Waves is perceived to be mostly credible or neutral, but to my surprise, the respondents think that they lean more towards PPP rather than APNU. Next up we have Kaichor News, aka Glen Lai. Not surprisingly, out of 109 people who responded, most of them think Laichor News is not credible or outright fake news. Glen Lai Noi Able. Is not me say so. Is there a repetition out in the streets according to these people who took this survey? Next we have Prime News. Prime News is APNU. Capital News is mostly seen as credible or neutral but has a biased inclination towards APNU. Same goes for HGPT Nightly News, aka Travis Face. iNews/Guyana Times is PPP. Guyana Daily News is seen as mostly credible or neutral, but seen as not credible by 21.2% of the respondents and leans more towards PPP as opposed to APNU. Action News are all over the place, but according to the respondents, they're perceived to be mostly credible or neutral, but PPP affectionate. MTV News Update is PPP. And finally, Daybreak News, aka Guyanese Shitix. PPP, of course. Y'all wanna hear an interesting story about how people say he come up with the name Daybreak News? Legend has it, he did get him bugger, right? And they break, and he didn't break. Why? This one more people! I'm joking. Y'all know I extremely dislike Guyanese Shitix. And speaking of persons who want me to bugger them bad, I saw a comment asking about why I didn't include big stinking shits in the news survey. People, this was a survey with widely recognized news media outlets. And the only one I actually forgot to include is Channel 2 News. Big Shit's news will be on the survey for which news reporters in Guyana does give away the BT for privileges. You guys will get an opportunity to give feedback then. Now back to this business here. You might say to yourself, but Mud, not enough people participated in this survey for these results to mean anything. Well, the survey is still active and you could go to the link in the description to add your opinion. When we get to 1,000 responses, we will close off and publish the final results on uncutnews.co. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you could get updates when we post new videos. Yo, my name is Mudwata. Boom out!
Hold up.